On the morning of August 24th, 79 AD, the Roman city of Pompeii woke to what seemed like any other day. Nearly 20,000 people called this prosperous port city home. Merchants and craftsmen, enslaved workers and wealthy families, all living in the shadow of Mount Vesuvius. None suspected that within hours their city would be buried under 20 feet of volcanic ash. This is the story of that final day, and the city it preserved forever. The bakeries of Pompeii begin work before dawn. Grain must be ground fresh each morning, and the stone mills turn slowly as donkeys pace their endless circles. Bakers shape round loaves, score them into wedges, and slide them into domed ovens that have been heated since the previous night. This bread will feed the city, sold in shops or distributed to households that lack their own kitchens. For many Pompeians, breakfast comes from the thermopolium. These hot food counters serve the working population, offering stews, lentils, and warm wine to those who cannot cook at home. Most Roman apartments have no kitchens. The thermopolium is not a luxury but a necessity. By mid-morning, the Stabian baths are crowded. Bathing is a daily ritual for Romans of every class, combining hygiene with socializing. Bathers progress through rooms of increasing heat. In the tepidarium, attendants apply olive oil and scrape it away with curved metal tools, removing dirt and dead skin. In the steam-filled caldarium, men soak in heated pools, the water warmed by furnaces burning beneath the floor. The frigidarium offers the final stage of the bathing ritual, a plunge into cold water that closes the pores and invigorates the body after the heat of the caldarium. Romans believe this contrast strengthens the constitution. Refreshed and clean, bathers dress and return to the city's streets, ready for the afternoon's business. Pompeii thrives on its craftsmen. Fullers clean and finish cloth using a mixture of water, alkaline clay, and aged human urine, collected from public pots placed on street corners. Workers tread the fabric in stone vats, a physically demanding job performed mostly by enslaved people. The finished cloth, bright and softened, dries on wooden frames in open courtyards. Nearby, bronze smiths produce goods for every level of society. Humble oil lamps for the poor, ornate candelabra for the wealthy. The craft requires years of training and a workshop equipped with forge, anvil, and bellows. A successful smith might serve clients from across the region. Shortly after midday, Vesuvius erupts. The initial explosion sends a column of ash and pumice more than 20 miles into the atmosphere. To witnesses in the forum, it appears as if the mountain has torn itself apart. The eruption column spreads at its peak into a shape resembling an umbrella pine, a detail recorded by Pliny the Younger, watching from across the Bay of Naples. Within minutes, pumice begins falling on Pompeii. The stones are light, no larger than walnuts, but they fall without pause. Citizens face an impossible choice: flee immediately through the bombardment, or shelter indoors and hope the eruption ends. Many choose to stay. Many families choose to shelter at home, trusting their sturdy walls to protect them. They seal windows and doorways, retreating to interior rooms as pumice accumulates on their roofs. But pumice is deceptively heavy in volume. By evening, several feet have fallen, and timber roof beams begin to crack under loads they were never designed to bear. Some roofs collapse entirely, killing those sheltering beneath. Those who choose to flee face different dangers. The pumice has buried the streets knee-deep, then waist-deep, making movement exhausting. Falling stones injure the unprotected. Citizens tie pillows and cushions to their heads, but many are struck regardless. At the city gates, crowds crush together. Some escape into the countryside, others turn back, unable to push through. Near the marina, stone boat chambers offer solid shelter from the falling debris. Dozens of refugees crowd into these vaulted rooms, waiting for the eruption to end. They have no way of knowing that the worst is yet to come. The pumice fall continues through the night and into the early morning hours. Then, shortly after dawn on August 25th, the eruption enters its deadliest phase. The towering column of ash and gas, and sustained for nearly 18 hours, finally collapses under its own weight. The material plunges back to Earth and races outward along the ground as a pyroclastic surge. This superheated cloud moves at speeds exceeding 100 miles per hour and carries temperatures hot enough to kill instantly. It needs only minutes to cross the distance between Vesuvius and the city. For the people still in Pompeii, there is no escape. The pyroclastic surge reaches Pompeii approximately 18 hours after the eruption began. It moves at over 100 miles per hour, a superheated avalanche of gas and volcanic debris hugging the ground. The city walls offer no protection. The surge flows over them, through them, around them. Death comes instantly to those still in the city. The surge temperature exceeds 400 degrees, hot enough to kill before the ash even touches the body. People collapse where they stand, where they run, where they hide. A family dies together in their sealed room. Dozens perish in the boat chambers where they sought shelter. A mother falls still wrapped around her child. The bodies remain in their final positions, preserved by the very material that killed them. Some died running, some died praying, some died holding those they loved. A dog died straining at its chain, unable to escape. These poses will remain unchanged for centuries, protected by the ash that encases them. When the surge passes, silence descends on Pompeii. Fine ash falls gently through the still air, covering everything in a soft grey blanket. The forum where thousands conducted business hours ago lies empty. The streets that rang with commerce are buried. The city that housed 20,000 people holds only the dead. By morning, Pompeii has effectively ceased to exist. The city lies under approximately 20 feet of volcanic material, pumice, ash, and surge deposits layered upon each other. Only the tops of the tallest structures remain visible above the grey plain. The city has become a sealed time capsule. Pompeii disappears from history for nearly 17 centuries. The ash compacts into solid earth, grass grows over the ruins, and farmers work fields without knowing a city lies beneath their feet. Even the name is forgotten. The buried streets become a blank spot on the map. In 1748, explorers digging near Mount Vesuvius uncover the first traces of the lost city. What begins as treasure hunting gradually transforms into archaeology. Streets emerge from the soil, houses reveal their painted walls. The forum stands open to the sky once more. Pompeii is not merely ruins, it is a complete Roman city, preserved as if frozen in a single moment. In 1863, archaeologist Giuseppe Fiorelli develops a technique that will define Pompeii in public memory. He discovers that decomposed bodies have left hollow cavities in the hardened ash. By pouring plaster into these voids, he creates casts that capture the victims in their final moments. A man shielding his face, a mother holding her child, a dog twisted against its chain. These casts make the tragedy personal. These were not distant historical figures, but ordinary people, caught forever in their last seconds of life. Today, Pompeii receives millions of visitors each year. They walk the same streets Romans walked, see the same mountain Romans saw, and stand in the presence of those who could not escape. The bakery still holds its bread. The thermopolium still displays its painted menus. The city that died in a single day now lives again, a testament to both human fragility and remarkable endurance.